Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Colts Nation, whenever you're watching this video. I appreciate you stopping by. What we're going to do here is talk about the injury report for both of the teams, both the Falcons and the Colts, leading up to this Sunday, the first injury report of the week that happened on Wednesday. Getting this to you on Thursday. But what we have here is for the Falcons, defensive lineman David Onyemata and offensive lineman Caleb Gary were held out of Falcons practice on Wednesday. Now, Onyemata and McGarry also did not play in Atlanta's previous two games. And according to the Falcons website on their injury report, says that McGarry did not participate in practice at all last week either and didn't end up playing. And for Onyemata, he was limited in one practice and then ended up missing two sessions, doesn't end up playing. So it seems like he tried to come back, had something tweak, and he ended up not being able to play. I would assume that means there's a good chance he ends up not practicing this week and playing, and they're going to try to have him back next week. Atlanta could end up being out of it altogether, right? If we end up beating Atlanta and the Bucs are able to beat the Jags, then the Bucs are in the driver's seat in that division, and it would make sense for, at that point, any guys that might have a potential injury for the Falcons that are making any sort of money, go ahead and sit. So Onyemata, I don't expect we'll see him, but of course we're going to keep updating this day by day. And as we go on here, we have a couple of guys getting a G-Day on Wednesday. Apparently this is just kind of the norm here. Calais Campbell, Cordero Patterson, both not practicing, but they should be fine. Then as we continue to move down, outside linebacker Bud Dupree was listed as a full participant Wednesday after Dupree was inactive in the Week 15 game. So it looks like they are going to be getting a little bit of help back on that defense. Bud Dupree coming in, going to be an edge rusher for them. So they're going to be able to have him. We're going to have to take care of him, right? And I feel much better about our protection after what we saw with TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. I think we did a really good job against that defense. TJ Watt got a sack early in the game, but then we shut those guys out for the rest of the game. Specifically, being able to run the ball is a big deal. Being able to get chunks in the run game is always going to matter. It's always going to slow down that pass rush. And we were able to do that against the Steelers, and the challenge is going to be doing that here against the Falcons, who have pretty good defense. Okay, so as we continue to look at this injury report, the bottom here says offensive lineman Chris Lindstrom, Drew Dahlman, and Jake Matthews were all limited in Wednesday's practice. So right now, the Falcons have a lot of offensive linemen on the injury report. And as the week continues, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these guys, right? Lindstrom being back at practice after not playing, I assume that means he will play. And that's a big piece, right? Chris Lindstrom, one of the best interior offensive linemen in the league, even though he's on a trash team. They've been trash for a little while now. Chris Lindstrom does his thing. He's good. Jake Matthews, pretty good. So we'll see if these guys end up playing. Right now, they're limited participants in practice. But then we move to the Colts. And here we have some injuries popping up that I didn't really expect, honestly. Starting up top, center Jack Anderson on here with an illness. That one hopefully doesn't matter, right? As long as Big Belly Kelly ends up staying in the starting lineup, this one shouldn't matter. Next up is very interesting, where we have kicker Matt Gay as a did not practice with a right hip injury. And this one, hopefully it's not something long-term, but also could be something that is the reason he's been missing these last couple of weeks. We've kind of speculated on the fact that the hold might not be good, something in that operation, whether it's a snap or the hold, just not good. But it could just be he's not swinging right because he has a hip injury. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully we're able to have him against Atlanta. Is this a game where it's going to be imperative that we have him? I don't know so much about that, but it's the NFL. A lot of these games end up being one-score games. So not having Matt Gay is going to be a pretty big deal most weeks. So hopefully we're able to see him get back on the practice field, and hopefully we're able to see Zach Moss also get on the practice field. He's out with the forearm injury, got the horse collar tackle and came down. And I can only hope that this isn't the same thing that it was in the preseason and in training camp where he breaks his arm. Right, he had to sit out for, I believe it was 6 weeks. He ended up being out, missed week 1, came back, became one of the best runners in the NFL until Jonathan Taylor came back and they started splitting time. And what he's done for us this season is invaluable. I really hope he's not going to miss an extended period of time with another forearm injury. But so far, we haven't heard that it's a break. We haven't heard anything about the possibility of him going on IR. Really nothing coming out about that right now. So hopefully, again, we're able to see him on the practice field. That's another one of those things. We're going to continue to monitor this as the week goes on. Another one to monitor is Segan Alubi. With Troy Brown not going to be around for special teams, we're going to need Segan Alubi. He did not practice because of hip injury. We're going to need him on special teams. He's been good in that position. So hopefully he's able to suit up this Sunday. I'm also hoping that we're able to get Braden Smith in the lineup. He did not practice because of a knee. And with it being a walkthrough, right? Wednesdays are just walkthroughs. These are just estimations, right? This could just be, stay off your feet, let that knee heal up. We're going to need you as the week moves on. And with his injury history specifically this season, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't practice Thursday either. But we'll continue to look at that. Hopefully he's in the lineup, but we'll see how that goes. He's been hit or miss this year. Then the next guy here is going to be defensive tackle Eric Johnson II with an ankle injury. He was a limited participant in practice, so I'll assume he's going to be good to go again. These are all estimations due to the walkthrough. Michael Pittman Jr., this one's interesting. Michael Pittman Jr., with the hit that he took, we know he's in the concussion protocol. He was a limited participant, marked as a limited participant for the walkthrough. And in the concussion protocol, you have to log at least 2 practices to be able to get off. So this is a good first step, getting Michael Pittman back into the lineup. Hopefully he's able to go. Again, are the Falcons a team that we could miss Michael Pittman Jr. for? Maybe, but I'd rather have him. I'd feel a lot better if we went into Sunday with Michael Pittman Jr. So maybe we get an early Christmas present, get him back in the lineup. He's an absolute dog. Definitely want him on the field. And then you have another early Christmas present where Jonathan Taylor is a full participant. And again, this is a walkthrough, so this is all just estimation, but an estimation of full participant, which means he's probably going to practice on Thursday. He's probably going to practice on Friday. He's going to be a full participant, and it looks like we're getting Jonathan Taylor back, right? He was supposed to be out. First report said 2 to 3 weeks. Next report said 3 to 5. Looks like he's going to be coming back after missing 3 weeks. Couldn't be any more thrilled about that. Having him back, if we were able to get Michael Pittman Jr. and Jonathan Taylor back on the field for this Sunday, I feel very confident about us going into this week. So hopefully we're able to get them. We're going to continue to update this day by day because of the day job. Today's practice report will be in the pregame preview tomorrow. And then the final practice report, the Friday practice report, we'll talk about that Saturday. And that one's going to be more Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Again, day job, working a lot of hours right now. It's crazy time in Florida. A lot of people from up north come down. It gets busy down here. So got a lot going on, but going to get you guys as much content as I possibly can, and going to get those reports to you as soon as I can get them to you. So make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you get notified when these videos do come out. There's going to be other videos along with these reports and, of course, daily content. So again, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have those notifications turned on. And until next time, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.